starting it. Okay. Hello, YouTube. This is Metgath here again. We're doing the Draconic Empire, our playtest of the Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And I'm joined by Wolf.
Oh.
Max.
This cheese is so good.
And Nerd.
Hello there. Glad I could actually make it. I almost didn't.
Technical
3 times.
Yeah, technical problems. Wait, did it? Okay.
I didn't know what my life was until I ate this.
Okay.
There's a note for people. My camera's not working, so I'm not currently using it.
Okay.
And that was not the main part of our technical difficulties that had to do with audio issues.
Yep.
So now I'm having a little bit of fireball with some cider.
Okay.
Just a little bit though.
Just a little bit.
So you guys travel to the arena, and it appears to be a very large arena for a town of that size. It looks like it should be for a town significantly larger.
Possibly for an empire long gone.
Potentially. How, yeah, it's surrounded by a large rock wall, and for the viewers, I was trying to find an image of an arena, and I couldn't find a good image. So, not one I liked anyway.
Alcus takes all these observations to account and says, you know, this arena is pretty big for how small that town was.
Well, maybe it was bigger once. Maybe everyone left. Or maybe everyone died.
Alcus strokes his chin for a moment, thinks of something to say, then just kind of shakes his head. Yeah, you're probably right.
Or you could take into account that this town is located near a port. It may have been bigger once upon a time, but then a cosmic storm perhaps washed it all away.
Or maybe just a center point for fairs and stuff.
Yeah, like an annual gathering.
Yep. I've heard of
Or
whole
perhaps-
cities just appearing overnight and then disappearing again.
Or perhaps, maybe this wasn't originally an arena. Perhaps this was some sort of great containment construction for some great beast that ended up becoming an entertainment widget.
Could be. Let's get inside.
So your instructions direct you to the set of entrances off to the right of the road. And those will contain a tunnel that leads directly to the floor of the arena. And on the eastern side of the arena is the door that you're supposed to go through to head down. The section that you'll be heading into used to contain beasts for the entertainment of the visitors to the arena, to watch them fight against the gladiators. Of course, to the death.
Of course. Alcus looks around, rubs the back of his head, looks up at the roof, inspecting it, kind of loose-gazedly. He's like, I got a bad feeling about this. But hey, gold's gold.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Indeedly.
yep. When
It's
you
time to change up the music.
Let us
Yep.
advance.
So the beasts, you'd been instructed that when the blood sports in the arena were ordered canceled, the people who were in charge of the arena moved. They went elsewhere. However, they were so irritated with the local lord that they opened the cage doors. They opened all the doors to the various rooms and let everything out before leaving.
Can Alcus make any checks to see if he's heard anything? Just walking in, pausing for a brief moment.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, madness.
And have heard anything like animals down there?
Any kind of trotting or unnatural rhythmic noise.
Oh, that made me realize. I'm also gonna roll something.
Okay.
I have the discerning smell, so I'm gonna use that to see if I can actually see anything in the might be in the future. Since I can't really see anything, this might actually.
Let's see here. So, can you see anything on the map to the north of you?
I see a little sliver there.
I see two light sources here and here.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to do something real quick. I just want to see if this worked. Let's see here. Go into his sheet. Character sheet.
So this is the range of the smelling.
Yeah.
30 feet. And it's just a +2 on the perception check.
Save. And then... yeah.
Unless there's a breeze coming from this direction, in which case it goes up to this far.
I'm rejoining as a player real quick. I want to see if I see what you guys see for a moment. See if what I was planning, and of course I didn't give Michael vision. Okay. Anyway, those little so to the north of you guys, you can see that there's two doorways that have a faint glow. From what little that you can see into the rooms around you, it appears you can't really see anything in them. And as a note, this was supposed to be a flooded... The map that this was for a flooded dungeon. It's not flooded. So just ignore the blue that you see on the ground. Or bluish green.
Do cantrips cost mana?
No.
No.
Can Alcus can Alcus take a moment to use detect magic?
Yeah. Go ahead and click it.
While he's taking a moment for that, I want to stealth.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Specifically forward.
Okay, you can't detect any magic within the 30-foot range. And go ahead and arrange yourselves how you guys want to start. That's just how I threw everyone down.
Man, if I'm not towards the back, I'm about to magic missile the sucker who put me in front. I'll just put it bluntly.
I think you're currently in the back.
Good.
Yeah, Alcus
I
is
am
in the back.
Caboose, the destroyer of souls.
Alcus is in the back. Alchemist is just in front of you. Cleric is next to him. In front of Cleric is Barbarian, and then next to Barbarian is me.
Everyone can see their characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to stealth
okay.
my speed. That's okay?
What? Oh, yeah.
What's my
Okay,
distance?
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Dancing Lights, which is another cantrip of mine. Once again, Alcus just puts his hand towards the wall, flicks an imaginary switch up, suddenly Dancing Lights.
Ugh.
I'm choosing to go with the humanoid this time.
Okay. Okay. So, let's see here.
Which means he needs lights for his dancing lights.
One vaguely humanoid thing.
Oh.
We could just do one orb and then just say it's vaguely humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
That works.
I'll just quickly set that to being under his control.
Okay.
Controlled by, that's what I was looking for.
Well, you know what okay, yeah, I have control over it. So, when I create it between those two doorways, does that provoke anything?
No.
You right there?
Okay, so Alcus is gonna advance. He's gonna let the humanoid advance as well.
Okay.
Light's gonna move up to 100 feet per round.
What was the radius of its light?
The radius of its light?
I forgot about that.
10-foot radius.
Yeah.
It's not a big light. But it's definitely a provoker, if used correctly, which I'm planning to use it as.
Bam. It now gives off light.
Okay.
Okay. So, is Jim Jam already sneaking too far ahead? Or am I able to have just a tiny bit of conversation with him?
Well, the intention was to sneak ahead and like have a peek at things. And then everyone started following me up here.
Well, communication is key. I'm wanting to set up something with Jim Jam.
Yeah, you never told anyone what you were going to be doing. You just took off.
Yeah, I took off mediocrely stealthing in a way where everyone could see me stealthing.
Okay, so I guess communication with Jim Jam is just not an option right now. Instead, I'm gonna
it's
put.
an option. I mean, only like 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay,
requires
so
raising up
I'm
your
gonna
voice,
try.
but-
I'm not gonna try and project my voice or anything. I'm just gonna say, hey, Jim Jam. Flourish my arms up and down, kind of like those show girls who present a new product. Look at this thing. You can use this. Just tell me hand motions, all you need. And I'll guide this thing over to places. It'll distract them, so it's easier for you to get around, whatever they happen to be.
For right now, keep it behind me.
Roger that.
And he'll kind of like squint his eyes as he looks at the thing and then turns back around.
Elkis tries to get it to wave.
Alright, put it out there for good shots.
Must stealth forward.
So, let's see here. What is their thing?
Can Alkis attempt to stealth? Does that hurt him in any way?
It doesn't hurt. It just burns an action.
I mean, we're out of combat right now, though, right?
Yeah.
It's got a range in it.
Alkis decides Jim Jam looks pretty cool doing that. Why not try myself?
Okay.
Alkis, the sly trickster, knows how to impersonate better than he can improvise.
And the dwarf remembers what happened last time you went on ahead.
Yeah, well, it seems like everyone is better at the things that I'm supposed to do than I am.
This is what I get for investing in charisma. Everyone's a critic.
We don't use charisma for stealth, though.
No, that's what I meant. Everybody's a critic. I gotta save myself using my charisma.
See, I went with that high dex and a really good charisma. And yet...
The dice in this just doesn't like you right now.
it just doesn't like this character.
Wolf? Got any actions,
What?
buddy?
Everyone's slowly drifting away from your character.
Alkis turns around, gives him the four-finger come forward sort of motion. Come on.
Well, I move forward. I still have the crossbow in my hands because it's the one weapon I can use use effectively without.
Alkis has a poker face. Is that a bow on a stick?
And your point is, it's a crossbow.
Oh!
Like,
Crossbow! Alkis kind of scrambles for the book and he just suddenly scrolls across that random book he has stored close to him. Crossbow. Remember that. And it fades into nothingness, but he puts it back anyways and he's proud of himself. It's just Alkis's little widget, I guess.
So,
I'm going to
What
sneak
exactly
down the
is
hall.
this thing?
it's a,
Alkis's little light buddy.
yep.
It's a thing of dancing lights that is coalesced into a single humanoid form.
That somehow
It
does not have a
points
magnified light.
away from
And-
me?
Okay, Jesus Christ.
So,
There.
let's see.
Thank you. I'd rather not have that thing staring at me.
Now, let's see here. Okay.
Actually, wait a minute.
And the dwarf's like, do you not want to check out the light? It seems to be moving.
I'm gonna tell him to shush, and I'm gonna do a perception check to listen down this hallway. Because I do not want us getting ambushed from behind. That's right, it's over here. Perception.
You can hear something from down the hallway, but you're not really sure what the noise is.
You see, when he said play by ear, you didn't have to take him seriously.
I'm gonna sit there and try again. I'm gonna use a full turn of listening.
Oh god. Can he take a 20 on this?
No, that would require taking a full minute. Or no.
To be honest, we have that sort of time.
It requires taking a full 20 tries, which with this new system would be 3 perception checks per round.
Okay, I'm grabbing an actual D4. That D8 doesn't like. It likes the numbers 3 and 7 for some reason. Like an inordinately large number of rolls have been 3 or 7.
Oh, there's my D4. I could roll a D4 for you.
Yeah?
You want me to?
I found one of mine. I'm gonna see if it's any better.
Right.
I didn't do it.
Didn't do what?
Exactly.
Don't play with me. That stuff makes me paranoid.
There was a slight tingy clingy noise over here.
Is he in the middle of doing perception stuff still?
I'm out there doing
Guys?
it for 6 seconds.
Yeah. So, at the end of the 6 seconds, you still can't tell what the noise is. It's definitely there.
Alright, I'm going to try holding my breath and listening for one more round.
If you crit fail, I swear to God.
If I crit fail, that means I flirt or something.
No, that means you choke.
Okay, you can definitely hear the sounds of snakes and rats. And Nerd, have you been ignoring your character's vision down the hallway?
Oh, yeah, I did ignore about the fact that there's rats at the end there.
So
It was
you
off
After
screen.
this turn of events, Alcus rounds the corner enough to kind of see.
It was off screen.
well, Alcus can't necessarily see it.
Well, I mean, like, just see down the hall.
Okay.
With his limited mortal vision.
Ah, glowy thing! Ah!
Alcus just emits a single eh.
Let me know when you're done with whatever off-screen stuff you're doing.
Oh, I've been done. I'm waiting on you guys.
Alcus takes a slow breath and decides to just try to hear whatever he can.
Spray yourself with Flong. It is coming out of your butt crack.
He realizes that he was really focusing on something else.
You were just focusing on the wall. No,
Alcus just
he
shakes his head. This happens all the time.
he takes a deep breath, and he starts to listen. He puts one hand against his ear, and then the other ear he puts against the wall.
That's such an Alcus thing to do, though. Is this a structurally sound building?
He's just like,
He shakes his
I
head
got
a little
nothing.
bit. 2 tries never hurts.
So, Jim Jam's gonna be hiding on the other side of the dwarf, rubbing his eyes.
Okay.
Alcus's eyes widen. He sees something.
Is it perhaps
You-
Jim Jam?
You can hear a skittering from that end of the hallway. Or which direction were you focusing your perception? Because in
I was focusing in this kind of cone
okay,
area.
yeah. So you can hear a skittering from that direction. Perception now apparently is a cone.
Honestly, that simulates rather a bit better. Hey, Jim Jam, I think there's some rats over there. You have fun with those, right?
I'm going to swing my sword around and see if I can see any of the vile rats, if any.
And with this, Alcus takes a polite
Actually-
step back.
9.
And I
Okay.
think with where my vision goes, I can see over here.
Yeah.
I think that works with where the vision area works.
Okay.
Only you'd want to have on that guard now.
Okay. Let's see here. Advanced. Site. Save. I will check that real quick. Oh wait, never mind.
Sports. It's in the save.
I believe you can see that. Let's see here. Switch back.
I'm reloading just to check.
Okay. I was just gonna draw a straight
Yes.
line with the ruler.
Yeah, I can see there.
Okay.
I can see like a full third of that other square that I was talking about before,
Yeah.
and I can now fully see.
Where is my light figure? Is it
there.
on? Is it? Yeah, where?
Yeah.
oh. Is it down the hall? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I
So-
can see just like the tiniest clipping of it. May as well keep it as kind of like a sentry right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't gonna have any sight or anything, but at least it'll give me like 4 vision, perhaps a more lenient reflex save from that direction.
So yes, nerd, you can see a rather large beetle.
And I believe it's initiative time.
I can see it as well, just like the tiniest outline. It's good enough for a magic missile at least.
Okay. One moment.
He's going first.
Um,
I'm rolling initiative now.
one moment.
It's been a long day.
That one gets deleted. Add turn.
Nice job on the nat 20.
Add turn.
The game really does dislike you.
Add turn.
Yeah, I managed to roll well.
Yeah.
Okay.
The gnome
Dang
is
it.
half asleep still.
And I'm going to change up the music, then I'm going to relog back as player.
19. Okay. Now, rune rare. character sheet and initiative. Of course, I didn't do that for any of them.
I was about to say.
As in, I forgot to hit enter for the after entering in yours. So I just have to punch them in again real quick. Now, this one here, Michael.
So they rolled just a 21 right off the bat, huh? What the hell is their perception? Oh, that's my teammates. Okay. Usually when the GM starts rolling initiative, it's a bad sign.
And
when it's over 20.
Because Nerds was a nat 20, I'm gonna have he's gonna be going first.
Yay!
Yeah, of course.
House rules.
Has to be something good for rolling a nat.
Maybe an extra action on his first turn. It seems like it makes sense.
Let's see here. This one here. Add turn.
Now that we've worked out the spell system, I'm gonna have to be really careful about what I do.
Yeah.
I have a lot of powerful magic at my disposal, but it costs.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nerd, you are going first.
What are RP?
RP is for your, if I remember right, it's for the magic items.
Oh, I've got 1 hero point. Wonder how I'll spend that.
So I'm going to start by shooting it with my hand crossbow.
Okay.
And it has a minus
That's
2
a
to its
flare.
AC at the moment because it's flat-footed.
Okay.
It dealt 1 piercing damage.
So it was this one up here you were shooting at?
The one I can see, this one.
Okay. Dink.
Alright. And since that worked out so well... Oh, I forgot. I also get to add sneak attack.
Oh yeah, he was stealthed. I was stealthed. I wonder how I'm going to use my stealth status, or if my stealth status even
Which
has any
is...
applicable.
Oh, I set up to actually roll damage. Okay.
Gladly, that attack roll doesn't matter, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Whew.
So that so just like before, it just adds to the damage?
Yeah, it just adds the damage.
Okay. Ugh.
Alright.
Ow.
Second attack.
Tweaked my friggin' neck again.
Wait, do the opponents get to resist the attack?
They're considered to be flat-footed, which means they have a minus 2 to their AC. At least against me. Everyone else doesn't matter.
They still get to roll AC though, right?
They don't roll AC, they just have AC.
Yeah, the next...
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I'm really mixed up. AC is just something you need to pass in order to deal damage.
Yeah. I don't think my 9 makes
It's
it.
Perseong, thank you. It's a new
No, that one
technology,
doesn't
guys.
hit. That one hits it, but just skitters right off of it. Just glancing.
Okay. So, that leaves me with my third action, which I'm going to utilize my stealth.
I'm gonna go right back into stealth, huh?
And hide behind the dwarf.
Of course.
So that one there.
Well, hey, that's what we brought him along
And he's
for.
straggling.
So... okay. So now it's Michael's turn, who hung back. Open up Michael?
He should have a 25 movement.
No, I'm looking at his actions. Assuming I actually put much in. Oh yeah, I remember why I did. So, over to here. Rulebook. Let's see here. Was 2 first level spells, so spell list. Yeah. Was what? Okay. That has... So he casts a spell. How long does that last? Okay. And he heads up to here.
What did he cast?
Bane.
Oh.
It may it adds a -1 penalty to enemies' attack rolls. All enemies within a 30-foot radius. So
That's not bad.
yeah. So he stops there and ends his turn.
Everybody rolled really high.
Now Michael will drop him down. And it's on to Runir. He promptly moves up to here. And attacks that enemy. Runs up to it. Sees the beetle. And swings his axe. And
Goodness, is that his actual damage?
Yeah, he has a freaking great axe.
both about what?
I think the spelling's a piercing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he misses.
At least there's no dead goblin on the floor.
Takes another swing and misses. And then he's just like, there's a lot more of them.
Well, I can see about helping him out with that on my next turn.
And his turn is done. It's over to Alcus.
Okay. So, Alcus has just enough line of sight to be able to mess with this thing right here. I believe there's an entity in that tile. Like,
Yes.
I have literal slivers. I'm pretty sure that still counts. Does it?
I'm sure as long as you can...
As long as you
See
have line
something.
of sight. Generally,
Yeah.
it's preferred that you have more than just a
Yeah.
sliver.
I'll establish line of sight then. Just shuffle over. Make it very clear that I am the alpha male. And then... let's see, can I use this as I think I can? And do I want to do anything else while I'm doing this besides that? Okay, so I'm gonna cast Daze on it.
Okay.
Because fancy spells with no magic cost are kind of cool. They're all the days.
Hmm.
Now has to roll a will save.
Yeah. Let's see here.
So I'd spent one action moving, one action casting that. So I probably want to spend... I need to weigh my priorities for what spell I need to cast next. Or whether or not an item would
Looks
be
like
useful.
it's will save. Looks like there's no bonus. Okay. So and what was the number that needed to be beaten? I think it was
I think it's
10 plus your primary ability score,
yeah.
which is what?
What is my
Or
primary
your
ability?
modifier. So it's probably a 4. So probably 14
Yeah,
that it needs
my
to be.
charisma.
Yeah, that's I think that's what
Then
it is.
the value would be No, yeah, it would be 14. I added it
14.
to the attack roll for some reason.
Okay. So okay. You succeed. It failed its roll.
Which means
It's flat-footed.
it is flat-footed.
Okay, now Alcus needs to weigh his priorities. Can the dancing light move without a thought action being needed?
Let's see here.
I can probably look at my own spell to figure that one out.
Probably requires an action to move it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'll just pull it up here for a moment so we can all see. There we go.
So you have to concentrate on the spell to move it.
Okay. Is Ronir suffering from any sort of sight deficit?
No.
Okay, then
Let's
I'm gonna
see
move
here.
this out here with a thought action, and that'll end my chain of actions for the turn. Since that will have been my third.
Yeah, dwarves have dark vision. So he doesn't need a light.
It is now the beetle's turn.
Yep. Switch back to the bestiary. That is... Oh, that's what I was looking for. I was trying to figure out what that was for. Dazzled.
That's a condition, as I recall.
Yep. Okay, page 321.
$321.
Dazzled.
Dazzled. Your eyes are overstimulated. If vision is your only precise sense, all creatures and objects are concealed from you.
Okay.
So basically, you're blind?
Yeah. So the first
Oh, if it's your only precise sense. Okay.
Yeah. So, the four of you standing back, fortunately, see a flash from that doorway. And
Yeah, Flash the dwarf.
Wording, please.
Have to have a little bit of fun of these.
well, it is called light flash. So yeah, it flashes the dwarf.
Just very lightly, though.
Ooh.
Oh no!
That's a blind.
That's way worse than blind. That'll probably disorient him too.
Well, that's what blind does.
No, I mean like he
Dazzle.
can't even move in the correct direction at that rate.
Yeah, so this one it gives nerd it gives a 1d4 rounds, but it doesn't say anything for a critical failure. I'm
Oh,
thinking.
okay.
How about we bump it up to 1d6?
So if there's nothing for critical failure, then he's simply dazzled.
Oh.
But should I still bother rolling the d4? Or should I just max it out?
I think an
Go and roll
auto
the
max.
D4.
Okay.
Go and roll the d4.
Okay. So he just kind of stumbles backward. And so what does flat-footed do again?
It's a -2 to your AC.
-2. Okay.
Oh crap, that's a really good spell. Well, for my allies, not me.
As long
don't
as
tend
it's
to
an
be
ally
AC.
casting it.
Yeah.
So, the first beetle attacks. Let's see here.
Oh, that's the difference. Okay, so dazzled, you treat enemies as if you're blind, but not the terrain. But if you're blind, you also have to treat the terrain as if you're unable to see it. Okay.
Yeah, it treats all creatures as if they're concealed. So, ooh,
Wait, what does concealed mean?
all creatures and objects are concealed from you. If vision is your only precise sense. So fortunately, people like Wolf, if he were blinded, he'd still be able to enhance his sense of smell.
Excuse me, what the fuck did you just say?
He was complimenting you. Calm the hell down.
I'm sorry, I'm just not paying attention to
You,
multiple things.
You have a potential workaround for if you get dazzled. That spell or whatever it is that you use to enhance your sense of smell.
Discerning smell, or discerning scent,
Yeah.
is the word you're looking for.
Now, if you had a discerning scent, then that would be bad. I think you mean discerning smell.
Fact check. I'm making
No,
an
discerning
extra-
scent.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, the feat's called discerning smell.
Oh, okay. So, basically, whenever an attack roll, or whenever he rolls an attack roll, he has to make a DC 5 on just a flat D20 check to be able to actually attack.
Why not just roll D4?
Okay.
And on a 1 he fails, because that's an equivalent system.
You'd think so, but it doesn't quite work out that way.
So, and then you have okay,
Because you also have the success on the 5.
but it doesn't do anything to incoming damage.
There's a note about incoming damage. Oh no, it just says if you fail the attack, whatever it is misses. So it doesn't say anything about incoming damage.
Okay.
So incoming damage seems to be unaffected. What I think what it means by precise is like having sight or having blind sense.
Oh, okay.
Things that give you the exact location and orientation of whatever it is that you're up against. Blind sense, blind sight, tremor sense. Actually, maybe not tremor sense. But you get the idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the smell wouldn't necessarily tell him exactly where something is.
Yep.
Okay.
Tells you what square it's in, but it doesn't tell you what orientation it's in and whether or not it's going to be able to dodge.
So immediately after the flash, that one goes dark. Okay. So for any of you who could see it, it misses the dwarf.
It is.
I can see it trying to attack the dwarf, but I can't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, so you can see.
All I can see is a beetle.
Okay. Yeah. Second one. Check here. Okay. So an attack equaling AC is still blocked, correct?
Nope. Equals means it hits.
Okay.
Means that these things have a ridiculous attack bonus.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, wait. The first thing doesn't count as an attack, does it? It's just
What?
an ability.
Yeah, that's just an ability.
Right, okay. That's why it's able to... Okay. I'm getting it.
Let's see here. So... Okay. Those have what range? 20. Okay.
Yeah, I should have ended up going it to the end of the hall. I realized that tactical blunder after it was no longer my turn.
Well, he's being overrun.
The thing is, if I was at the end of the hall, there'd be no way I could get flanked.
Yeah.
But then he could get surrounded.
Well, as long as one of my compatriots came up, I wouldn't be able to get surrounded.
You are squishy. All it could take was one turn.
Now, going to roll to see what these things do with their next movement.
I feel like I'm gonna need to use magical intervention now. If only I could tell their HP values, then I could make a lot more sound judgment, but I mean they're just beetles, right? How big are these things?
They are small-sized.
So they're goblin-sized.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Pretty much any smaller and they'd probably be part of a swarm.
And swarms are low-key OP.
Wait, tell me when it's my turn.
That's going to be relatively soon.
Alright.
So two of them turned and came down the hallway. They came out of the door on the left-hand side. They moved toward the dwarf, then they stopped, and they
Alcus
looked
decides
down the
to emit
hallway.
a large curse at this.
Attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Does Alcus even have anything to make an attack of opportunity with? I mean,
It's the dwarf
unarmed.
gets
The
one.
dwarf gets it.
Oh,
Yeah, if I remember right, it's still just one.
Yeah.
one per
So
beetle?
no, one.
No, just one.
But
Oh, wow.
it's still an attack of opportunity, which doesn't
Thwack
take
one.
the attack penalty because it's a reaction.
Well,
And
bye-bye.
that hits for 15 damage. So
It's still up.
Wait, you're joking.
A previous one got hit for 15 and it was still up.
what? Previous one got hit for 15.
Yeah, that first beetle?
Oh,
Yeah, but that was a failed hit.
yeah, that was
No,
a
the
fa-
first hit. The first swing hit, I thought.
No.
No?
Okay,
Oh,
you
yeah,
had
you're right, it was 10.
yeah,
it was
you
10. Okay.
yeah, he hasn't hit one
Never
yet.
mind. Okay. I was wrong.
Just tell me it's no longer standing. Thank God. If it had like 15, I would have just turned out
That
and I
means
would have went
it's
back to my
unconscious
plan.
next year.
Oh, yeah.
Because it goes unconscious where it died.
Yeah.
Would it skitter? Like, you know, slide across the floor? Or anything?
No, we don't want this thing anywhere. We don't want this thing anything closer than it already is.
So it falls unconscious right there. And you just hear from him, finally!
Yeah. And by the way, it doesn't get its save until next round.
Yeah. Assuming I even bother giving them saves.
Yeah. Admittedly, having one of these things come back up on us would be pretty terrible.
Yeah. So, that one attacks the person directly in front of it. So the one in the south is attacking Nerd.
Yep.
Jim Jam. Back over there.
So it's my normal AC, which is 15. Crap.
It's ouchie time.
3 damage.
3 ouchies.
This one seems to like the number 3 for them. I'm pretty sure.
Luckily, they
No,
don't do a
never
ton
mind.
of
The
damage,
previous one was
but
2.
they hit fairly often because they have that +6.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're fairly precise.
Which means that they're hitting me more than 50% of the time.
So, the other 2 lay into Runir. Runir? Yeah, Runir. Biting at him with their mandibles.
That's a hit.
At least that one wasn't a critical hit.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Well, it depends. What is
You're
his
right.
AC?
If it was 1 higher, it'd be 10 over his AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what it takes for criticals now.
Okay. So, yeah, so if you push your critical high enough, if you push your AC high enough, it becomes impossible to get it could become impossible to get criticals.
Yeah.
Since apparently a nat 20 doesn't really matter.
house rules that into oblivion.
So.
But hey, that 19 would have criticaled me.
He takes 5 damage from those 2 attacks.
This is what we brought him along for. I need to tell myself this.
Okay, so neither of those work. Let's see what happens with that one that rolled a nat 1. I'm still gonna do stuff on a nat 1. Okay. Nothing too bad. It snaps at him and bites down on the wall next to it. Next to him. He managed to deflect its mandibles just in time, knocked it over, and it bit down on the wall.
So it's biting the door frame.
Yeah, it bites down on the door frame and then lets go of it.
That
Well-
was a tasty.
We're probably not going to be able to use that door frame.
It's no termite, though.
Wait,
All
which
right.
one was I moving?
So it's
I was
now Wolf's
moving
turn.
Alcas. Yep, now it moves on to Kamish.
Wolf, it's your turn.
No, I'm listening.
Are you sure? Are you sure? It's your turn now.
'Cause I will beat you alive.
It's a good thing that these things glow, otherwise we'd have trouble hitting them.
It's like a tutorial.
Okay, I see how you did that now, nerd.
Piercing damage is the official bullied damage type of the day.
Okay, so you fire your crossbow and you miss.
And I haven't had it for a while. I'll attack again.
Swing and a miss!
And a third time.
Never mind.
Thunk!
Do you roll critical for that?
That was 21.
It was a nat 20, but apparently we aren't house ruling that into any sort of crit.
Means that it doesn't
One
crit, but it
miss,
does.
two
We
miss, three.
What was
I
that?
mean, unless their AC, it doesn't crit unless their AC is 11.
Hmm.
As far as I
Excitement
can
has
tell.
been drained.
Yeah, that one's... You know what? Yeah, the
Are you gonna house from
damage...
the back?
The damage was high enough, I'm gonna house rule it that if the damage is high enough to kill them, if the damage exceeds their hit points, their maximum, and it's a nat 20, then it will count as a critical. And
Well, either way, the
Like
thing's
an
dead.
overkill.
oh yeah, either way, that thing is dead. So, Wolf, how do you shoot it? Where do you hit it?
Hit this one,
Oh, okay.
because it's closest to being a threat to me. Thunk! I'll just say, two...
You'll say,
You'll just say what?
yeah. I heard 2.
Wolf?
Wolf?
I do apologize, my headset decided to die mid-sentence.
Ah. Okay.
The first shot skittered across the ground underneath its legs. The second shot hit way above and hit the wall behind it. The third shot will go directly through its cranium.
Okay.
Clean out the other side. Through the head, out the back.
Okay.
Oh, apparently I was wrong. So,
So
critical hits do still count on 20s.
okay, so nat 20s do still count. Okay. So the bolt flies through its head. Ricochets off the wall and hits the stairs right behind it.
Oh wait, damn it! That also means
What?
that the dwarf took a bit more damage.
Where was it?
So, it was. Oh no, it wasn't a 20. It was a 19.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, at the time, that's why I was glad it wasn't a. At the time, I was glad it wasn't a 20.
Yep.
So, it cycles back to Jim Jam.
I believe I can pass through an allied space. I want to check if there's any way I can tumble through an enemy space.
That would invoke an attack of opportunity.
Well, that's what the point of the tumble would be.
Let's see here.
Be to avoid such things. T for tumble.
T for Tupperware.
Tumble through. 145.
So,
Tumble through.
you straight up.
Straight up to your speed.
So you
And use
straight.
your reflex.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Okay, so I still have to treat it as difficult terrain. So I don't know if I have enough movement for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd be stuck in its space.
Which means that it wouldn't work, because I don't think you. Actually, you're both small creatures.
I can take 2
so you-
actions.
Yeah, you could take 2 actions, but also as both being small creatures, aren't you both allowed to occupy the same space?
Sadly, no.
Okay.
So yeah, I can take 1 action to move here. And then use another action to tumble through him. Which is going to be my acrobatics versus his reflex.
To which square?
The one behind him on the other side from the dwarf.
Oh, okay. So 19, and then back to the bestiary. Reflex. There it is. So, okay. So you tumble right past him. You do a somersault and vault yourself over the beetle.
And now I'm in flanking. Which means rapier. Does 16 hit?
Yes. You stab into it with your rapier.
That's 11 damage.
You pull back your rapier and it falls to the floor unconscious.
Good.
So, that was all 3 of your turns?
That was all 3 of my actions, yes.
Okay. Oh, I said all 3 of your turns, huh?
Yeah.
So it cycles on over to Michael. Right, that's right. So he is going to cast a spell. Let's see here. So do concentration, let's see here, I need to check something real quick. About concentration, 196 to 197. Okay, so with concentration spells, you, it only lasts for 1 turn unless you spend 1 action of your next turn concentrating on it, at which point it extends it for an additional turn up to its maximum. So he's going to spend 2 actions casting a heal spell. That way he can cast it at range. Okay. Oh, wow. Apparently heal is... if you spend 3 actions casting it, it heals everyone in a 30-foot radius.
Well, that ain't that useful.
Yeah, that can be incredibly powerful. So... there it is. He throws out his heal. What's the dwarf's? 18. Okay, yeah. And the dwarf pops back up to full health.
And Jim Jam?
Jim Jam? Jim Jam already went. Oh, no, it was only a single target heal.
Oh. So he didn't concentrate for 3
Just
actions?
gonna move up here. No, he spent 1 action maintaining his...
Bane.
yeah, maintaining his Bane. Which I've been forgetting to add to their attacks.
Whoops.
Oops. Oh well. So moving on. It goes over to Runair. So he gives the one directly in front of him a glare. And kept him open over there. Swings his axe. Critical hit.
Now, was that a critical hit compared to the armor class, or are we suddenly rolling nat 20s again?
Nerd looked it up, and nat 20s still count as criticals.
Yes!
Plus, that would have been a crit either way, because it was more than 10 over its AC. So, he takes a swing at the one in front of him. Cleaves it in two. Its innards spray across the one next to it. Since that was more than 3 times its maximum health.
Alcus in the distance is just kind of like, oh my god, I'm not cleaning that. I'm not cleaning that.
Does he actually
Runier,
say that?
I am not cleaning that.
And he's just like, never expected you to.
And then Alcus kind of looks down at his feet, shuffles them. I'm just not, okay? It's gross. It's gross, man. It's freaking ugh.
So as he swung through, he then goes and he attacks the other one.
Swing and a miss.
Yep. He just continued his axe on through, and it just passed right over the top.
Got a little bit too cocky.
And the backswing doesn't do anything.
Really doesn't do anything.
It skitters backward just a hair, and the axe passes right in front of it. And, it passes on to Alcus.
Woo, Alcus!
Let's see. Well, the situation definitely isn't dire as before. So I think he can go back to doing his normal Alcus thing.
Which includes getting line of sight of all the targets he possibly can. So I'd probably be right here. Or wait. No, he wouldn't need to do any actions to acquire more targets. Okay, since that one's dead and all.
Okay, so that one's already flat-footed for days. Is there anything more I can do without expending mana points? Because it would be a gross negligence to double cast days on it. Let's see, spells and powers. It's clicking in random places. Somebody's messing with my character sheet. Okay.
Sorry, I was looking through it also.
Stop rifling through my stuff, man. Okay. Okay, that's a self spell. Okay, you can go ahead and rummage again. Let's see.
So I was wondering if you had bought any, like, actual weapons.
Yeah, I probably wanted to do that, but we kind of rushed along too fast. So no, I don't have any really weapons. I could use a freaking pidden as a makeshift weapon. But other than that, I've only got like I don't have much.
You could punch it.
I'm good. I really don't want to. I really don't want to take damage or break concentration.
Okay.
I can't just use days on it again.
Oh yeah, and that's right. Concentration spells require you to actually concentrate. They require you to spend 1 round each turn, and 1 action each turn concentrating.
Well, I didn't spend an action actually concentrating on that. I only spent an action on, and I don't intend to spend another action concentrating on it anyways, so it'll just fizzle out.
Okay.
Let's see. What am I planning to do? As a low-level sorcerer, sometimes you feel just a tiny bit useless.
Yeah,
Because you don't have the spells just yet.
that's the weakness of low-level spellcasters. They can't really do a whole lot.
However, I can cast Daze, or I can move up in Tentacular Limbs, but I don't feel like doing that. So yeah, I'm unless this thing is like just a bloodstain now, I'd like to Daze it.
That one up top, it is not a bloodstain.
Okay. So I'll go ahead, cast Daze.
Okay, so it rolls a will save. And that's against your spell DC?
No, that's against my 10 plus my main stat modifier, so it would be a 14 since you'd be out of my charisma.
Okay. So, will save. Okay. You cast that and it stumbles briefly and looks around.
Okay, so it succeeded, I guess. Other than that, what would I want to do? I'm gonna spend an action to attempt to hear or generally detect anything else in the general area
Of the creature?
Yeah, within just like from a cone from here to here.
Okay.
So that's a perception roll, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't hear any additional creatures.
Okay, then with that, just in case, I'm gonna cast Shield.
You moved, you cast Daze, and then you listened. That's 3 actions.
No, I didn't move.
Okay.
I thought about moving, but I ended up not doing it.
Okay. So you cast Shield on yourself.
Yeah, that ends my turn.
Yep. So this one creature Nerd,
Yes?
pick high or low.
Hi.
Okay. I need to wait. 2 back, so I can actually click the creature now. Okay.
Is that one still alive?
Yes. It's the first one that was damaged and no one targeted it since.
Alright, well. After its turn, it's the Alchemist, and I'm trusting that the Alchemist will finish it off.
So its first attack hits. For 1 damage. attacks again. And it hits! For 4 damage. It attacks again. And it finally misses.
With a -4, I'd hope that it misses.
Well, if it rolled a nat 20, it could have hit.
If you rolled a nat 20, would have critted.
Yep, its only choice of hitting was a crit.
Yeah. Unless it was attacking me, which luckily it wasn't.
So it starts hissing at everyone. And Kamish, it's your turn.
I got a call coming in. I'm going to deal with it. Have fun.
Okay.
You.
And
Ooh.
remember, you have 7 shots. You have 7 crossbow bolts left.
Oh.
Since you specified that you were buying 1 quiver of bolts, and each one holds 10.
I move forward to the dead bug. Are these two technically still alive?
Yes.
Let's see if I can hit them on the first shot. At least. Swing and a miss?
Let's see here. I'm going to look up unconscious.
Wait, they're unconscious? I don't really need to kill them.
Yeah, you don't need to hit them. I'll let you take that one back. You asked if they were alive. You didn't ask if they were conscious. They are unconscious. They are on the ground, laying down, slowly bleeding.
Then I move behind the dwarf. Because we'll do this one.
Okay.
With a new roll, because I didn't realize they were
okay. It ricochets off of it.
Hooray for Ricochet!
And what is there? That was. You were just clicking the attack 1.
Yeah.
Second attack is attack 2.
Yeah.
Because that adds the penalty onto it.
I know. That is attack 2.
Really?
Yeah, attack 12.
Huh.
What was the first attack? The attack 14 is the second attack.
One moment, I'm gonna check something. I'm just not seeing the -5 on that. Let's see here. Huh. Interesting, it's not showing it. Okay. I just wanted to check and see if I could see the -5 on it, which apparently it's not showing it. So, I'll have to take a look at the sheet later. Maybe actually spend time building my sheet. So that hits for the 1 damage. Okay.
I have one more action.
Yep. If you do an attack, it's at the -10. So, not a good chance of hitting.
at it.
Haven't we already concluded that throwing alchemical items is an extreme blunder?
Okay, so you're gonna throw a tinder twig.
to see if I can light it on fire.
Okay.
At least cause the room it's in to catch on fire.
You light a tinder twig and you throw it. And that's a 10. Take a look at your character sheet. What's your dex? 0. Okay. Itchy nose. So it hits a section that isn't flammable and falls off. It snarls at you, or as close as a bug can to snarl. So probably screech. Yeah, and then it moves on to Jim Jam, who I think is
Wait, what exactly happened?
Okay. He tried to light it on fire by throwing a tinder twig at it, and he failed to beat its AC.
Oh. Whoops.
So, Jim Jam is currently dealing with a phone call, I assume. So, open up his sheet. I'll give him to... Here it's 9:11. I'll give him 1 minute to respond. If he's back within the next minute, he gets his turn. Well, either way, he'll get his turn, but he won't. If he's not back within the next minute, he becomes an NPC briefly. I determine what he does. I need to modify that attack, because that one, we never filled in the ammo for that, which would also come in sets of 10. Wait. He has 50. Wow, he's got a lot of shots for that. He bought a lot of ammunition.
Let me guess, for the sling?
No, he has a hand crossbow. He bought 50 bolts.
For everything.
And he hasn't used the hand crossbow yet.
He has.
He has? Oh, okay.
Remember him using it 3 turns ago.
Okay. Let's see here.
It was before, like, he fired one shot,
So there's
missed,
rapier. There goes
then
wolf.
switched to his rapier.
Sunlight stays max. Max. Stealth there. Okay, yeah, I see. He fired 2 shots. Okay. So, I will modify his ammo accordingly. That was 1, 2. 5. Okay. So, open up this one. Kamish. And I will let you attempt to retrieve your,
Spell bolts?
yeah, I will let you attempt to retrieve your crossbow bolts.
Okay, thank you. That's probably after battle.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah, it
really
wouldn't
hoping...
be smart to walk over to the creature and start trying to retrieve your bolts while it's still alive. Might get you bit. So what were you hoping?
I was moving my character. No, I'm not gonna spoil it. Oh wait.
Okay. Oh, I went over. We've given him 3 minutes. Okay, so since his controller is gone, Jim Jam briefly loses his mind. He starts muttering incoherent, starts muttering to himself really quietly.
Did Adrian just go AFK for a moment?
Yeah, he's been AFK for a few minutes. His phone started ringing. He had to deal with it, I think.
Oh.
So.
I thought he actually like failed some sort of willpower save. I was like, oh no.
So he dashes across the corridor there. And he stabs at it.
Stabby, stabby.
And he meets its AC. He successfully stabs it.
Oh.
For 9 damage. And it falls unconscious.
Oh.
And let's see here.
Hey, you.
Let's see here. Everyone who has sight on the one directly behind the dwarf, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
Me?
Yeah. You too.
I've only got like a sliver of sight towards it, if that counts for anything.
Okay. Let's see here. So.
Like I literally can only see like this tiny corner.
Okay. And then he does what? What's his? Runier. Perception. Okay. So combat ended. And Runier apparently is the only one that notices. He looks behind. He suddenly turns around and swings his axe down. Embedding it in the one that was directly behind him, and you hear, and he yells, "Stay down!"
Maybe she'll just look at him like... Okay. Don't like that thing. Okay.
He looks over at you, he's like... It started getting up. It rolled a nat 20. It rolled a nat 20 on its save, on its dying save.
It's still alive with an axe in its back.
No, now it's not alive. Now it's dead.
Okay. Should have set those on fire.
He then starts walking around and he spends the next few moments coup de grace-ing everything.
So if we're out of combat, I guess Alcus is gonna go inspect the areas.
Okay.
Oh, there's some interesting stuff in here. I assume that these are interesting interactables.
Yeah, those are 2 chests.
Let's crack these babies open.
They both seem to be empty.
Let's
Combat
see.
over.
But
Yep.
But I beg the question: are they empty?
Yes, they're empty. Yeah. So nerd, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Your turn rolled around while you were AFK, so you went ahead and finished them off.
Okay.
You suddenly dashed across the hallway into the other room, mumbling incoherently to yourself, and stabbed the other one. Stabbed it with your rapier and killed it.
Ish, meanwhile, will continue picking up his bolts that he fired.
Which, nerd, I did specify you're allowed to do.
Okay.
Okay. So
What's the
only
hit for
one of them
twice?
is unusable. Let's see here. Take a look at something in the rulebook real quick. Should be here.
Yeah, I only fired twice.
So, what is everyone else doing after the combat?
Check.
Hamish
check
is
your,
currently
check
picking
your
up
messages.
bolts.
Yes, I read those.
Okay. Alcus is gonna try and get Jim Jam's attention if Nerd is not AFK again.
I'm here.
Alcus points to the chest. If he's facing him, it would be on his right. Hey! There's some loot in here I think you'd like.
And one
Is he
moment.
gonna try to just stuff Jim Jam into the chest?
So the one on the right, you said?
Yeah.
Is it currently open?
Yeah.
No, Alcus
Oh.
has got his hand pushed down on top of it.
Jim Jam will go to open it with his boot.
Alcus lets him.
So when it pops open, you see some. You see a. Let's see here. What was it? You see a gold piece, and you see a small lump of gold in the bottom.
I stab the back of the chest.
Okay.
Never trust a chest.
You stab the back of the chest. I'm gonna take a look and see if those are even a thing. What were they called? Mimics?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a mimic.
That would be really mean if I put you up against one of those.
Probably a higher CR than what we can handle.
It's a level 4 creature.
I'm good. But yeah, I really did find it like this.
You stab the back of the chest. There's a soft thunk as your rapier, as the tip of your rapier sticks.
Alcus just takes one step back. You know, I had my hand on top of that and everything. It's not what you think it is.
So, I will wiggle the blade free. And tell the others to stand back.
Alkis decides to completely walk out.
I'm gonna check it for traps. Because it's just a lump of gold in the bottom of the chest.
You don't see any traps.
Alright. I'll carefully reach down and grab the lump of gold.
I see any traps?
Okay. No, you don't.
Give me a moment, give me a moment.
Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so you lift up the lump of gold and go to put it in your bag, and you start hearing laughter.
That's not a good sign. We'll save against the laughter.
Say that I have my bolts back.
You were able to gather up all but one of them. One of them was damaged.
It's better than nothing.
Yep.
So, do I believe that the laughter is real?
Yeah, you are definitely... It's definitely real.
Maybe he should roll perception to identify it. Since he's the one hearing it.
If it was a charisma check, I probably would have made it.
It just sounds like laughter. For trying to identify it.
So I don't know who it is, just laughter.
Well, you were just trying to identify the laughter, right?
Well, if I recognize the laugh, then I mean, but I'm kind of guessing that I didn't.
Yeah, you don't recognize the laugh.
Who's laughing?
Starts laughing even louder.
Is it a single gold piece or is it a lump of gold?
It's a lump of gold.
I'm gonna pull it out and see if I can carve it into come on, brain. How many people do we have in the party? Boom. 5. I'm gonna see if I can figure out some way of dividing it up into 5 even parts. And I'm gonna look at it as I walk out.
Okay. Roll a perception check as you're walking out. You notice Alcus off to the side, practically dying with laughter.
Missing?
I'm gonna give him a dirty glare.
Alcus isn't facing you.
Camus just
So you-
looks at them both and is like,
So you start, you keep concentrating on it, and as your blade starts to put pressure on it, all of a sudden it crumbles into dust.
Nothing like a good prank, Alcus says. And with this, he stealths and follows. It's pretty sucky.
Or thinks he's stealthing.
Yeah.
I had to handwrite the note, but I now have a note about something for later.
Oh, I didn't. I will add a note for you. One moment, nerd.
meanwhile, Camus is just gonna hold his crossbow, just walking calmly.
Oh, Alcus is gonna go ahead and refocus on that dancing light.
There you go. So you're going to cast the dancing light again?
Yeah.
So it's not a refocus, it's a recasting as a note. So it uses
Yeah.
up another spell slot.
It's a cantrip.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. You want to throw that one back down since you're the one that
I'm
had
currently in player mode.
it? Oh, okay.
I just put in Ghost.
Let's see here. So there. Controlled by Max. Save. And advanced. Okay. Nerd, roll a perception for me. Okay. And so yeah. Are you looking down every doorway as you go?
I know Alcus is.
I am going to be taking a glance, yeah.
Alcus
Okay.
is going to be making sure to take a detailed look. Alcus has an attention for detail that needs to be sated.
So you take a glance down that one, and you see a bunch of rats and snakes.
I'm going to point down that one and say, rats and snakes.
Which is that one?
Over here.
Ah. Alcus takes note.
And they appear to be fighting. Let's see here.
Can Alcus check this corridor at all? Kind of like peeking around.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go ahead and do a perception check. That's prestidigitation. I don't think I want to roll that.
Well,
He's
either
gonna
way.
double take on that. Take a little bit longer.
There's a chest in there.
Alcus turns to notify the person furthest up, but he doesn't see them. Jim?
So is Jim Jam just kind of wandering off now?
He is sneaking off ahead because he's tired of the stupid light and...
As Alcus is unnotified of where Jim Jam goes,
And
he yells
one
Jim
moment,
Jam's
Jim
name
Jam?
loudly in alarm.
Hamish will instantly smack the half-elf.
Let's see here, so...
What are you gonna do to me?
Sounds like
Smack
he's
you
gonna
across
smack
the
you.
face.
You're gonna hit me.
You're screaming
attack roll.
right next to him.
Oh, you heard Wolf, Metgath.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
said
an
do an
attack
He's
roll.
gonna make
roll.
an unarmed attack against me.
Yeah. He said to roll an attack roll, so...
That's a strength check. That isn't a legitimate attack.
Technically for an unarmed strike, that is.
Oh, okay.
Nat 20. That's a negative.
Roll a 1d4.
Plus strength modifier.
I have a -2 strength modifier and I nat 20'd.
So if I
Well, it's like a -1, but...
So if I remember right, the wait, yeah, I think that would be a -1. Let's see here. Open Kamish.
That is an...
Yeah, that's a -1.
So it does 2 damage.
So if I remember right, the critical hits before it was rolling the damage dice again.
Actually I had a look at it and apparently it's just doubling the damage.
Doubles the damage.
Yeah, so he does
Okay.
4.
So Alcus takes four points of non-lethal damage. I'll use the green bar as non-lethal. The green circle.
Let's see. Okay, so Alcus recoils at this and glares, just simply glares at Kamish for a moment. Now I need to do basically a coin flip
There.
roll. Okay, Alcus engages in combat and casts Phantom Pain.
And the dwarf's going to come just at that moment as you're getting ready, you hear a howl down the corridor.
That breaks Alcus's concentration. He looks over.
You just start hearing down the corridor.
Okay, does it happen before the spell or as the spell's happening?
As he's preparing to cast the spell.
So we need to roll and see if concentration is broken.
If it's happening before the spell,
It's before the spell goes, before he
Then you can
before he
choose to
finishes
cancel it.
casting. Yeah.
then you can choose to cancel it. If you choose to continue casting it, you do have to deal with the concentration rules, with whatever they happen to be.
I'm gonna go to see if it fails to concentrate.
Alright, well, he tried giving you a chance to cancel it.
Oh yeah, that is the chance.
Well, no, you can choose to not cast it if it's before you're actually casting it.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
want
what he was
this to
saying.
happen, but Alcus definitely would want this to happen.
But what
Okay.
was it? Okay.
So,
So as he's getting ready to cast the spell, he hears a howl from down the corridor, and he goes, "You know what? No, I'm just going to try to kill him." Okay.
More like teach him a lesson.
197.
So, okay. Let's see here. So, this is the first of the first level spells that you've cast, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, disrupting. Okay, that's what we're looking at.
Disrupting?
Which apparently only applies to damage.
So his spell goes off.
Looks like it, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of sad that they don't have anything for disrupting actions. Or for, like, you know, disrupting sounds and whatnot. Now it's just a thing of damage. Let's just swing the Edera.
Let's
I
see.
forgot to look at
So,
it.
bestiary. Speed of 30 feet. So, 1, 2. So go. So you cast the Phantom Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf, go ahead and roll a will saving throw.
Do I need to roll a wisdom?
Will.
Willpower.
It's a will save.
Yeah, that's a failure.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
I guess the 12 stands as my initiative, by the way.
okay. Max, go ahead and roll 1d4.
2d4. It's 1d4 proc and then 1d4 persistent.
Which, if I remember right, is
On his turn.
yeah, that's on his turn.
Oh, okay, so I just roll 1d4?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's 1d4 and then it becomes sick. So, which I'm going to look that up real quick. So with sick, you feel ill. Sick always includes a value. This is sick 1. You take a conditional penalty equal to this value on all your checks. You can't willingly ingest anything, including potions, while sick. You can spend an action retching in an attempt to recover, which lets you attempt a fortitude save against the DC of the effect that made you sick. On a success, you reduce your sickness value by 1, or by 2 on a critical success. So if you succeed, the sickness will go away. And
by the way, at the point when the attack roll happened, they should have been rolling initiative.
yeah, so everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
It's kind of what I was rolling with my 12 up there.
Let's see here.
We both rolled 6s. Do we reroll?
As I recall, it's supposed to mean that you guys go at the same time.
Yeah, you're supposed to go at the same time now.
Okay.
Let's see here. So Alcus 6, Kamish is 6, and then that one there rolls what? I was on the. Okay, so this one here. Of course. Shut that off. And turn. And that get added automatically. And then Michael and Runier both need to roll.
Really, the rats are... okay.
Runier. Initiative, he's 14. Open Michael. Pop his out. Drag it over here. Select him. Go initiative. And then this one here. And turn. And that one gets... then this, and descending. Okay. So this rat is going to move forward and snaps at Runier. Which, back to the rat. Wait, did I? Okay. Okay. And it hits. So he has to do a saving throw. And he succeeds critically. So he takes 1d4. Takes 3 damage. And it attacks again, and it hits again. So the dice really likes that, likes the rats, apparently. But he succeeds again against that. And takes another 3 damage. And he starts cursing quietly to himself. So Michael moves on up. He was there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
You can only move 5 because I changed the rules for
5.
humans.
Okay.
5 for movement.
So, what does he have? Did I give him any attacks? I did not give him any attacks. He is trained in all simple weapons. So, where was it? There it is. Through. So he pulls a mace off his belt, which I believe burns in action. And he attacks with it. Oh wait, never mind. Pulling the mace off his belt would burn his action. So he's because he'd have to move twice to get up there. So he'll pull the mace off his belt, and that'll. Wait, what was his spells? Over to spells, cantrips. Nope. Okay. Come on, pop that open. Okay. So he's going to cast guidance. Oh, that's only on himself. Okay, well, he casts guidance on himself. So, his turn's over.
How much am I getting nailed for?
So, that is... So it moves forward and it snaps his jaws at you. And it's going to burn the rest of its turn howling.
Which means that it's summoning others. Which means if there's any others, now would be the time to move them. Ah,
Of course,
like that one there.
To enter their hit points in.
Excuse me.
Okay. So that one's going to attack.
That's going to hit.
For 2 damage.
By the way, if you're in the chat box, just tapping the up arrow will cycle through your recent things.
Yeah, that's what I've been using.
Okay.
And
so I'll take 2 damage.
yep, and it snaps at you again, biting at your legs. 15.
That hits.
Okay. For 3 more damage. Finally, one that misses.
Yep.
So Runir keeps swearing and muttering under his breath, and you think you guys think you hear something about yelling in a dungeon filled with enemies. He swings at the rat. And he hits it. And it falls over dead.
Death to the rat! That's going to change up what I'm doing on my turn a little bit.
So I will let you do quick little things, like speaking, if it's out of your turn, since this is technically all happening at the same time.
I'm planning on saying my piece on my turn, which is going to be happening soon, unless he starts coming this way, in which case I'm going to be yelling at him, but...
So you see Runir start to... oh wait, never mind. Your attention would be focused forward, wouldn't it?
At the moment, not as much.
So which direction would you be looking? So what did your character do when he saw that dog start to come out from the room?
He started trying to get back, which is what he's going to be doing on his turn. I'm doing a full-on flee on my turn.
So he turns around. He starts turning
Yeah.
around as it's coming out. Okay. So he sees Runir start to step out.
No, get back! We'll bottleneck him! Retreat!
So your character yells that.
Yes. Should I roll a diplomacy check?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a diplomacy for me.
Oh, you just made that
Oh
worse.
god! The question is whether or not he thinks I'll survive to retreat or not.
So you're doing you said you're going to be doing a flee?
My plan is to use all 3 of my actions to run away, and I know I'm probably going to end up provoking 2 attacks of opportunity in the process. Which could possibly kill me.
Let's see here.
I guess the other question is, does he think that my advice is generally sound, even if my delivery is not very convincing?
So he looks over at you. And then he looks down the other corridor. And
Don't go moving your token over here. That's cheating, man.
you,
I
he,
accidentally clicked something. I was actually trying to move my character.
he plants his feet and readies his axe. Let's see. And it moves on to your turn.
Alright, so I'm provoking right there. So go ahead and roll the 2 attack rolls.
Okay.
Ha! Yes! Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Is that far enough? That's probably far enough.
So when you get down there and you look back down the corridor,
Yeah, and there's also more things down this way. And, I think that rat is outside of the range of my crossbow. So I'm going to ready an
let's
action to
see here.
stab something. Anything that gets within... Oh, sorry. Any enemy that gets within range, I'm going to stab.
attacks. That's a 60-foot range.
Really? Oh, okay, yeah. So it's within 60 feet. I don't think I think the hand crossbow is a 30 foot. So even if I can shoot that far, I'd be at penalty or something.
Let's see here.
Because it's just a hand crossbow.
Yeah. Hand crossbow. No, it's a 60-foot range for the hand crossbow. Range is 60 feet.
Oh, you're right, it is. Okay. Question is, do I want to shoot the rat or do I want to stab something that's close? I think I want to stab something that gets close. I'll do more damage that way.
Okay.
I have no advantage on that rat at the moment.
So in that case, it moves on to Kamish.
Oh, and Alcus.
Yeah, Kamish and Alcus. Alcus just cast the spell at Kamish and injured him, and then you heard howling in the distance, and a rat charged the barbarian, and he killed it.
And then Jim Jam came back, running around the corner. And it's getting to a halt, turning around and readying his sword.
So what do the two of you do?
Claims that they're both here.
Yep.
I think Max
Yeah.
said he was gonna... Oh.
Huh.
I thought I heard Max say something.
No, I started saying something.
Oh. Max, I thought I heard Max say something, that he was gonna grab something, but I don't remember.
Okay. Nerd, why don't you relog as the GM? And I'm going to go to the bathroom. Go ahead and if they come back and start doing stuff while I'm in the bathroom, go ahead and GM it.
All right. Hello, hello. Thought I heard somebody there. Yeah, that's probably why. Hmm.
So as far as I can tell, Wolf is AFK and Max said he. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, it's over to you and Max. So.
Which- Yeah, which we mentioned like 3 times now.
I'm watching small, cute documentary about the history of the world. Okay.
Yeah. Since Max isn't here, I guess you get to go first, and then Max will get to respond. Because it's been a while since he said he was going to be AFK, right?
I think it's been a couple
Yeah.
turns, but
I never went AFK.
Okay, yeah, so it's the 2 of you now. We've been trying to get your attention.
I will move past the little Spectra thing. A chest. Well, I'll move past
Yeah,
him.
because your character did notice that there's been combat already. And a bunch of howling.
Wish comes with a bright idea.
Alcus is gonna put it aside for now, but the moment combat ends, Alcus isn't stepping out of combat.
Also,
Kamish.
remember, Kamish is currently sick. If he wants to attempt to recover from that condition, he can spend 1 action vomiting. Induce vomiting for 1 action to give himself a fortitude save to try to recover. Otherwise, otherwise he's guaranteed to take the persistent 1d4.
For 10 turns.
Kamish. At least thinking, just really barf into a corner of the small hallway because he doesn't
Okay,
want to deal with this.
go ahead and roll the fortitude then.
One thing one of the 2 things I'm an expert in.
If we're going with the saves that are our base 10 plus charisma mod, that's a fail.
Yeah, so
Plus my charisma, it would be
No,
Wait,
well,
it-
determining with my
the
charisma.
DC might be charisma based, whereas your roll is constitution based.
yeah. The DC
It
that
has magic.
the DC of the check is based on the spell that was cast on you. So you take 2 damage this turn. So you're you started moving. Where is your character moving to?
Past the specter to. If you heard the howling, my character's gonna come with this bright idea to try to one of those things.
Okay. So you have.
Whatever it is, he's gonna try to capture it.
Okay. So is that as far as your character's moving?
Yep.
Okay.
And as of now, I'm gonna kneel down and hold his crossbow, trying not to fall over from the sickness.
Okay. So, Alcus. So he's moving past you, and then he retches in a corner, and then keeps moving. What are you doing?
Yeah, Alcus isn't recovered from that mental tip that just happened just yet. Alcus begins to act slightly more stupid than usual. With one movement action, and then let's see, how many of those are not actual background entities?
In that room down there?
Yeah.
All of them. They're
is
all
that an entity?
creatures. There's 3 snakes. The snakes and the rats. And they're currently
Okay, so
fighting
there's-
each other.
Let's see. I'm gonna base this off another coin flip. Okay, thank God. Alcus contemplates doing a double magic missile, but he doesn't. Instead, he just scoots himself right here,
Okay.
away from the door. And from there, he shields himself.
Okay. So you shield yourself. And
It makes 3 actions.
yep. Turn moves on. So, those 2. Crap, they have... I need to do something with these guys real quick. Of course, copy, delete. There we go. Okay.
actually. The two rats come out, and that is totally not what I wanted that rat to look like. Whatever. And the first one attacks him, the dwarf. Let's see here. So Runir, 16 AC. Rats have that was +6. Okay. So that misses. The other one is going to attack Alcus. So I certainly hope that doesn't beat your AC.
Yeah, especially with a +1 circumstance bonus.
They both charge up to you two and start snapping. Oh! Alcus gets an attack of opportunity because this one stupidly passed through this square. So Alcus gets an attack of opportunity on it.
I guess it would just be a base physical attack since he has no.
Yeah, basically he just tries to punch it. So 1d20
strength?
plus your strength, yeah. Okay, that missed. So the two of them snap at you with barely any, without making any contact. And those guys more rats come swarming out of there. That one goes after Runir.
Do I get an attack of opportunity on that?
No, it moved
No, because
into.
it walked up to, not through you.
Yeah, it moved into your threatened air range. It didn't leave it. If I remember right, the threatened range.
Yeah. They got
Yeah.
the weird. Yeah.
What do you mean? Like when it moves around in it, it triggers now?
Well, either way, it doesn't matter because it only
just-
entered.
Yeah. Let's see here. So that was the 1d20 plus 6, and then it does the 1d4. One damage. And then he gets a saving throw, which is what I was actually looking for.
Oh.
Fortitude. Ooh, critical fail. So, filth fever. So that would still be stage 1. Okay. So And then it attacks again and misses. Yeah. Now it moves on to Michael. Which was, let's see here, so look, what was it? Hit those two spells. Heal. That's what I'm looking for. So he's going to cast Heal again. And he's going to spend all 3 turns, all 3 actions casting it. Okay, nerd, thank you. This has the same effect as a 2-action. The amount of healing or damage increases by 1d8 or by 2d8 if using the 1 or 2 action. What does heightened do again?
Heightened makes it so that way certain spells can do more, or they get an extra bit of oomph, generally by being cast at a higher level.
Okay. So, he's going to cast that. Spend all 3 turns casting it. So, everyone that has taken damage heals 1d8 plus 4.
I believe you just rolled the once and then we apply it to everyone.
9. Everyone who's been damaged heals for 9, so 13, that becomes 22. Save. This one here, he heals to full. Yep. Okay. So, Kamish healed to full. And that burns Michael's entire turn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's the range of those?
If I had to guess, because people at Pathfinder aren't necessarily the gentlest, is that they have a range of 30 feet, if I had to guess. But I could be wrong. It would only be like 20 or 25.
Might help if I'm in the right book.
Yeah.
Apparently I was looking for dogs in the rule book. Let's see here. 30 feet. That one's just got your scent. And we looked up the attack of opportunity, and from now on, we'll use it the way it's supposed to be. Apparently, only fighters were supposed to get it, which was something that we didn't know. So, apparently it's just a fighter thing now, which is odd, but whatever. So, that first dog sprints past him and goes after him, and then the other one attacks Runir.
How?
What do you mean, how?
So, in order to get around the corner, it has to go through Runir's space.
Okay.
It can't go diagonal across there because there's a
Wait, where did
small
that
corner.
move? Are there any attacks of opportunity you can get?
So, no. Okay, so...
We just went over the attack of opportunity information, and turned out we were doing it wrong. Only fighters get attack of opportunity, which he just announced like 30 seconds ago.
So I guess the dog can,
He could attempt acrobatics to get through.
let's see here,
Like what I did, and that would count Runir space as 2.
That was a DC 13, I think.
Whatever his reflex save, or apparently it's whatever his reflex is plus 10. 'Cause
Okay.
apparently it's not actually a save, it's a DC save. It's weird.
Okay, so the dog fails, ends up stuck behind the rat.
Okay.
So that first dog still attacks, though. That was... Okay. Yeah, so that was the 11. 1d20 plus 5. It attacks and it misses. And it goes on to Runir. He's going to focus on the creatures that he knows he can kill.
Being the rats.
Yep. He's going to go after the northern rat first. 23. And he hits it for 6 damage. And... let's see here. Where's the rat? 13. So the critical hits, were those just on the 20, or was those also 10 above for the attacks, from what you read, Nerd?
From what I could see, it looked like it only applied on natural 20s.
Okay. Everything else, it's the 10 above, like checks and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
For checks and saves, it's 10 above.
Okay.
Natural 20s do not matter for those.
So he hits...
Specifically attack rolls, there's the nat 20 thing.
Yeah. So he hits that one, and then... of course, I did something I didn't want to do with the... my God, how... There. Delete that. He goes after that one again. And he hits it. It falls unconscious. And then he turns and he swings at the rat directly in front of him. And he misses. Totally misses the
How do you
rat.
get a -1?
It's a
Oh, repeated attack penalty?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's at a -10.
Third attack.
However, it wasn't a critical fail. So he just misses the rat. And it goes on to Jim Jam.
Jim Jam is rather frustrated. On the other hand, he's wanting to be the good hero type person, but he remembers what happened the last time he got surrounded.
He also couldn't go, well, yeah, he could try to dodge past the rats again, but would he?
He could do a tumble to the other side of the rat to stab it from behind.
Yeah.
But being in that intersection is just bad news.
Especially with the number of enemies there.
Well, being in that intersection at all is just bad news. With how we currently are, the two that are up front can easily get surrounded.
Mm-hmm.
We have the two biggies coming in along with a bunch of little guys. Now, the snakes might just stay in there to eat all the rats and then be satisfied with the rats and then not come after us because rats that they're full of.
Assuming the snakes win.
Yeah. If the rats win, then they're going to spend some time probably eating the snakes. But the way I see it as a player is if I try to go forward, it is a no-win situation for me.
Yeah.
The way the Jim Jam might see it is, well, he's supposed to be the heroic swashbuckler, but it's gonna probably end up going badly.
I hate to be the bringer of bad news, but it is currently 10:32 for me. Might be time that we call it a night. That's my personal.
We might have to call it a night here in the middle of this massive combat, yeah. And then that'll give me some more time to think about what Jim Jam would do. Because it's a question, it's not just a question of tactics, it's also a question of what would Jim Jam do.
Well, could Alcus get his actions done at least? Since they do share the same turn?
As Jim Jam, no.
Jim,
oh, I thought Jim Jam included their turn. My bad.
Let's have Jim Jam finish his turn real quick because, well, he wouldn't have time to think about tactics. He's in the middle of battle. At the end of his turn, we'll call it a night.
I'm gonna roll a d20 for morality. Because I could just do the most immoral thing and have him change alignment. Alright, he's gonna try doing the heroic thing. Which, unfortunately, because of how things are set up, means... Action 1. Action 2. Is that greater than reflex?
Let's see
Plus that.
here. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then while flanking, which means that they're currently flat-footed, which puts them at their -2. Oh, come on. Right here, attack 1. Why does it keep... Stop freaking... Alright, so it did actually roll it. I rolled terrible. I rolled a nat 1.
So you stab at it, and let's see here.
I rolled a 1.
Yep. Spell descriptions, weapons. That does not give durability and stuff. Okay. So. Okay. So you attack and you almost hit Alcus, but you manage to turn the tip of your rapier aside right before you nail him.
Okay.
And we'll pick up next time with Kamish and Alcus. And as usual, tomorrow I will be available. If we're all available at the same time, I am willing to continue this. So anyway, any closing comments from all of you?
I hope this turns around.
Till next time, be awesome to each other.
People,
Okay, so this is Metgath signing off. Y'all have a good whatever it is over there for all of you. I need to work on my closing. I know that.